Alright, this video I want to talk about your words make a difference. So just analyzing and observing what's going on in society right now, with all these protests. Things are getting very sensitive. People are getting very sensitive to what's being said. You say something the wrong way and you could have some severe punishments. Some people talk about freedom of speech, the freedom, have the right to have, to speak your mind and all these other things. But the truth is that, you're going to be held accountable to what you say. And an example, just recently, one of the NBA players from the Miami Heat, I think his name was like Myers Leonard or something like that, where he was playing a video game online, and it was through a Twitch, streaming a video game, Call of Duty. He started to yell out very offensive and disrespectful words, and some words that were targeting the Jews or the Jewish and the community. And basically he got fined $50,000. He got suspended from the NBA, and there's a huge backlash from the Jewish community. And it was just literally just a few seconds of a mistake that he made, out of anger. Somebody, sniped him in the video game. He got really upset and he started to swear and all these things. And then all of that happened, $50,000 fine, almost like jeopardizing his entire NBA career. And a lot of, it got like national attention, with all these things going on in the world. Something like that got national attention. And being in the position that he's in, being a role model for children and, being famous, what he said, the words affected a lot of people. And that was just literally less than 3 seconds of words. And that was the type of response that occurred. So that's one example. There's a lot of other examples where people go on to Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and they're just venting, and then they end up losing their job, and all sorts of things could happen. People get death threats. What you say makes a big difference. And especially nowadays with social media, and everybody, once you post something on Facebook or any of those social media sites and you say something, like, it's like you can't take it back. It's like once it's out there, it gets recorded, it gets downloaded, and then, like, forever, people are going to be able to use what you say against you. So what ends up happening is you have to be very careful with everything you say if you choose to say something, especially if you're famous, especially if you have a huge following. What you say matters even more. And I feel that we live in a culture today where we talk a lot. We always have something to say. We're very critical. We're always leaving comments. And I think we have to step back and see, like, hey, maybe I should be a little bit more responsible with what I choose to say when I'm public, when I go public. There's other examples of, like, people are part of a school board who were on a Zoom call, and then they thought that they were not being recorded when they actually were being live streamed. And then all of a sudden, they're talking all this trash about the parents, saying that they're, the babysitters and all this other stuff. And next thing you know, they find out that they're being live streamed, and then they all ended up having to resign from their place of employment because they were held accountable for what they said. There's a lot of articles out there saying, you know, like even law professors are having some racist remarks. Jeremy Lin, the Chinese basketball player who's in the NBA G League, somebody on the court called him coronavirus, and that really affected him. You know, like when you say certain things, you know, that are very disrespectful, very offensive, you know, this is, you know, the time in society where people are very, very sensitive to words. There's no longer, you know, like that childhood nursery rhyme or whatnot where people said sticks and stones may break, you know, will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Like, that's not true, especially today. You know, you say something offensive to somebody, especially when it comes to race or whatever, something, you know, being discriminatory, it could cost you your livelihood. It could even break out a fight. People even could get shot and killed over these words. You know, words are very powerful, and we have to really be attentive to everything that we say, especially if it's online, but even if it's not online. Like, building good integrity within yourself, in which to, even when people aren't watching, you still have good words or positive words, or you just are silent. You know, so like trying to refrain from expressing this negative energy, this hateful energy. You know, I feel that that's something that we got to work on within ourselves, is to build positivity within our own hearts. So then a majority of the time, 90% of the time, if not more, no matter if we are in public or in private, we have like a good heart, and we have good intentions, and we have good things to say if we do choose to say anything. I mean, ultimately, I think that is what is most important. It's not about just controlling your behavior when you're in public and being nice when you're in public, and then when you're in private, you're just the complete opposite. You know, that is not good. The ideal is to be just a good person, having a good heart, being very positive in public and in private. You know, that is the ideal. And you know, I just want to share the video just to get people to start thinking about the importance of these, you know, of what you do and what you say. You know, observe what's going on in this world and how it's affecting people. You know, and these things are, you know, negative words are very damaging to the psychology, very damaging to the emotions, and it could drive people to do some really horrible things. You know, when we talk about mental health and things like that, some people are more sensitive to negative words than others, and they can't handle these things. You know, so my thing is trying to educate the people to get them to be more conscious and aware of what they're saying, and then for the people to be more conscious and aware of what they allow to enter into their minds when they are on the internet or in social media. You know, these things are very important as far as just keeping yourself healthy mentally. You know, you don't want to allow negative energy into your life, especially if you're a very sensitive person. Be aware of like what you allow into your mind. And for the people that love posting content, you know, just be aware of what you post, and just try to work on your inner meditativeness, your own spiritual development, in which you head towards inner peace. Because if you have inner peace, it's highly unlikely for you to want to share negative energy, no matter if it's in public or in private. And if you don't have inner peace, that is something that needs to be worked on, you know, on an individual level. This world, we need more positive energy, we need more peace, and we need more wisdom. We need more meditation. We need more spiritual guidance. So those are some thoughts that I have to share for today. Thank you everybody for your time. Take care.